Hey y'all, it's Bennett, and we're back once again with another pickups video. I got so excited the other day when I got those Wii U games at Second and Charles, which if you haven't watched it, you could probably find it in my playlist recently, my stack of Wii U games. Yeah, I got so excited that I wanted to go out and see who else might have some Wii U games underpriced and, not keeping up with the times. So, and furthermore, I don't know if you saw this one, but that Book of Unwritten Tales 2, which I expected to sell for about 60 bucks and keep another copy of myself, ended up selling for $225. So, that got my heart pumping and my mind racing, and was a big impetus for getting me back out there to try and find some more Wii U stuff before people move on to another system to get excited about. Yeah, so that's what I did. I went on Thursday looking around town, and let's see, first stop was GameStop. We used to have 3, now we have 2, and the one in the mall has only like Xbox One, PS4, and newer games. Like, they totally got rid of their 360s and Wii U's and PS3 stuff and Wii and all that. So when I went there, it was a complete bust. So no worries there. But the other one, I went to, and I picked up 3 Wii U games. None of these were exactly, bargain basement prices. Amazing Spider-Man was, going for 20, and I think it's probably looking like closer to 30 on online. But these, again, a lot of these are just, let's add to the collection. I want to have this Wii U collection build up in this time that I'm excited about Wii U. Anyway, add Amazing Spider-Man to the collection, and then we got Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD for, I think this was $35, and I already have a copy of this. I have the greatest hits version, or whatever they call it these days, that is actually still sealed over there. So now I have one that I can pop in and play. And finally, I got another copy of Breath of the Wild, which is it's pretty cool to pick up. I already have a copy, and I actually I think I've got multiple copies now, even before this. The reason I picked this one up, it was about 40, which is kind of the going rate now. But the reason I picked it up is it was the version that has the error, the misprint, or error, I guess you'd say, in the way they described what controls are available. Like, this whole run of controllers are not actually usable in the game. So when they did their second printing of the game, they only put, I guess, the pad and maybe I guess it's the Wii U Pro Pad or whatever that can be used. Anyway, so this was the first run of it, but that's not like they only had 10 of these out there. It's not the rarest thing in the world, but it certainly is more sought after in that error printing than the later ones where they corrected it. Now, the weird thing about GameStop is I took the games up to the front, and she searched around in the drawers to find the games, and for Spider-Man, she just handed me, the one that was on the shelf and put the game in it, and I was on my way. But for these, she went to the drawer and pulled out other copies of the game, and you know, put a disc in there, and I started to hand them over, and I was like, wait. So I checked that the one she gave me was the, you know, error print, so that was fine, and it has, you know, the digital manual info, not like any of them hardly ever have manuals. But for Wind Waker, she put it in a greatest hits case. Was, you know, that was the one that was in the drawer, because it, you know, didn't have the price sticker on it. I guess she figured that, you know, giving out the cleaner one with no price sticker on it was desirable. I said, hold the phone there a second, and told her that I wanted the original version of it, and so she switched the artwork out. So I got a cleaner case with the original version artwork, so that works for me. Yep, and there it is. Moving on, so nearby the GameStop is Best Buy, and they didn't have any Wii U games or PS3 or anything like that. They were very much bought into the current gen and, well, the PS4 era, PS5 era, all that stuff. They had a few games for Xbox One that still had the like plays on 360 labeling, but yeah, that pretty much was it. Except for maybe they had like one or two like weirdly overpriced cheap games that were still not cheap enough for the 360. But anyway, so I didn't find anything there on that line, but I did get this is Shantae and the Seven Sirens, the new game plush version. I like that, for the Switch, and it came with a digital code to download the game. I'm going to keep it in the box and see if it goes up in value, like so much of that other Shantae games have done. For some reason, they keep putting out Shantae games, and they keep spiking through the roof. I mean, a lot of it is limited run games puts out the new stuff, so that they have that built-in obsolescence, but or limited supply, limited run. There you go. But yeah, so anyway, I got this Shantae plush, and hopefully we'll see the value of it spike as it sits on my shelf and becomes more desirable for the future, and maybe someday I will sell it for $100 or something, and that would be lovely. And if not, if it starts to look like that's not going to happen, I can just download the game and play it and have fun, because I like the one I played on 360 and the one on the 3DS, so why not? Okay, moving on. I went back to Second and Charles that day and got, let's see, first of all, Rogue Warrior. This game is notorious for being terrible, and has voice acting by Mickey Rourke, who is great, of course, in these kind of gruff military type roles. So he sounds awesome, but the dialogue is ridiculous. And this was featured on Worst Games Ever from Triple Jump, and who knows, all these other bad video game shows. So you know I was in. This one is full of all the over-the-top violence and language that we all have come to enjoy. So I'm glad to add that to the PS3 collection for like $8. And also on the shelf was The Croods, which I hear this is a decent movie. I've never seen it, but it was $20, and it's listed on price charting for something like $35. So again, adding Wii U games to the collection for a better price than it's worth. You know, that is a win for me. I'll take it. So will I play the Crude's Prehistoric Party? I don't know. Probably not. Then I went over to the glass case where they put all the good stuff, and they didn't have a whole lot of what I would call good stuff on WiiU, but they had yet another copy of Wind Waker HD. They had this for $25, which was less than I paid at GameStop, so I went ahead and picked that up. And a sealed brand new copy of Just Dance 2019, which again is for $30, and that's less than whatever it's going for, and I'll just keep this sealed. Some of those Just Dance games actually go up to have some value, so I think, you know, that will be a fine addition to the sealed game collection. And this one, an interesting kind of dumb story about this. Sonic the Lost World, I had looked on price charting and looked all the way down the Wii U list to see, you know, what has value, and it's like, yeah, okay, some of the games, Devil's Third, obviously, Game and Wario is actually like going for $100 a pop complete, maybe more. And you know, I'm thinking back to when I could have bought that at GameStop for $20 or less many times. Oh well, missed out. And on. Book of Unwritten Tales is getting up there, and all these things. And strangely, Sonic the Lost World Deadly 6 Bonus Edition was listed on there as going for like $100. $100 disc only, $100 new, complete. And, you know, I don't know, no sales new, but I was stunned because I had not heard a thing about this being of any value. And so when I went up to the glass case and saw this with no price on it, I was like, well, if it's that Deadly 6 edition, you know, score, and I'll totally pick it up. But if it's the regular one, I'll just let it go and not worry about it, because I've not heard good things about the game, and, you know, I was already spending enough money. So she pulls it out, shows me Deadly 6. Now, it doesn't have a manual, and it does have the disc. And it was going for $25. So, you know, I jumped on that. And when I went out to the car and decided to check and see if this was the right disc that belongs to this game, and did a quick look on eBay to see, you know, what everybody else's games look like. Yeah, pretty much everybody's selling this game for about $25. Price charting, I went back and looked at price charting, and sure enough said $100. But it only had like one, it might not have even had any recent sales listed. So some sort of glitch in price charting. So be careful when you're basing things on price charting. Maybe double check, especially if you don't see a nice long list of sales that are about that kind of same range. If I'd seen like Game & Wario is going for $100, and it has sales all day long for $100, and down the line. Not so with Lost World Deadly 6 Edition. So, oh well. I got it for a decent price. It's going in the collection, and that's fine. I just wasn't as good a deal as I thought it was. All right, so that was Thursday. Then we move ahead to Friday, as always happens after Thursday. And I did not have the itch scratched well enough, so I went back out and this time to a town that is about 45 miles away from here, 45 minutes, not miles, whatever. 45 minutes away from here, and I know I've been there. I go there fairly frequently to a couple of the used game stores that I've gotten some decent scores from before. So off I went. First to a place called Almost Everything, and that's exactly what they have. And usually when I'm there, I'm looking for NES games, Super Nintendo, N64, and I looked them all over, you know, just to see if there was anything that I wanted to go ahead and take home, but the selection was not so great this time. I considered some like low-level titles on N64 that were complete in box, like some sports stuff and whatever, just to add to the collection, but no, focused up. So let's focus on the systems that are currently kind of hot right now, and trying to get some bargains and deals before they start changing the prices to catch up to the market. And you know, a lot of the things they didn't have a whole lot that was kind of on the list, you know, but and they really didn't have anything to speak of for the WiiU that I was interested in. But looking at PS3, they had the best of the PlayStation Network Volume 1, which, as you can see, is a 4-game set that has, what was that called? The When Vikings Attack. Yes, thank you. Sound Shapes, Tokyo Jungle, and Fat Princess. And I've heard good things about Fat Princess from back a ways. A friend and I were just talking about Tokyo Jungle just recently, so that was exciting to see that was on there. And Sound Shapes, I was just listening to a podcast that from like 2012 that was talking about Sound Shapes as being a really fun sort of rhythm platformer. So I thought it was meant to be, so I picked it up. It was $35, and I asked if that was their best price, and the guy did a little hemming and hawing, but anyway, he said that was the lowest he could do, probably because he went out on eBay and saw that these were going for like $80 now. So, but he knew he couldn't raise the price on me, so $35 was a good pickup to add to the collection. And I heard about that game recently on somebody's, you know, PS3 games to look out for video, and if I can remember who that is, I'll put it in the write-up below or something like that. All right, so moving on to Game Exchange. Here we go. This way over here. Sorry, gotta pick them up. All right, can't carry it all at one time. Yeah, Game Exchange is a chain used game store that I've had pretty good success with before, especially for like kind of PS2 and GameCube stuff they've had, and Wii. But as with every other game store in the world, their selection is shrinking as they get more into the toy market and the pops and the whatever that's filling up more of their shelves. The games are lagging behind, and that's unfortunate for people like me who are fine with toys but are really out there looking for the games. And anywho, but I did find a few things, as you'll see. Okay, let's start out. We'll start out with some of the things that I bought pretty much entirely to flip, so I could, you know, cover the price of the rest of what I bought. First off, this is Skylanders Imaginators for the Xbox One. As you can see, $5 a piece, and these are, you know, bolos that I found out about through Phoenix Resale on his channel, that they're frequently priced really, really low, and these sell for about $20 each on eBay, just, you know, as is. He sells them for more on Amazon even than that, but as I'm just in eBay right now, that I should be able to get, if I can get 20 bucks each for these, then that'll be $15 profit each, so like 30 bucks profit on these two games to help defray the cost of everything else. Similarly, they had, unfortunately, it's disc only, Captain America Super Soldier, Captain America Super Soldier is the subtitle for the PlayStation 3. This is one of those PS3 games that is really spiked in value and super hot for some reason. It's up in, you know, $60, $70 range for reasons I have not yet put together. But, you know, if you run across, I swear I have had a copy of Captain America Super Soldier for the PS3, and I probably bundled it in with a PS3 I was selling. I'll have to go back and look, and, you know, basically included it like it was worth nothing, because for a while it pretty much was worth nothing, but for some reason, maybe it turned out to be a rare thing, or maybe it, you know, I don't know why it spiked in value. Your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, so they had that going for, because it was disc only, they had it for $19, which disc only is going for like 40 something dollars on eBay. So I can kind of pay myself back double if I sell this. And I also picked up, just to have it, the 360 version, which is complete, and it was $20 as well. So, you know, I'll get the one on 360 for free because I bought this and sold it in the future. You know how all this works. Yeah, so be on the lookout. The one on 360 is not worth nearly as much as the PS3 one for whatever reason, but still one to look out for because it's not worth the $3 it used to be. So there we go. Now moving on to the Wii U, which again is my current obsession, and I'll just get started. I guess I'll go in whatever the order I have right here. So I picked up Minecraft for Wii U. That's Minecraft Wii U edition, and it doesn't have a manual. It sure does. So that was going for $18. Have Minecraft on everything else. Why not? It's a fun game, and you know, it'd be great to play on the pad while I'm watching a movie on the big screen or whatever. Next up is Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. These were $5 a piece, so I got two, one to keep and one to sell. They are currently hitting, kind of topping out at about 10 bucks for sale there, so I'm gonna hold on for a little bit and see if I can, you know, scrape that up towards like $15 and then sell one. Same deal here for Batman Arkham Origins. These were $5 a piece, and keep one, sell the other one when the time is right, and hopefully that'll balance out and be like getting one for free, because that's the goal, is to get as many games as possible for as little money and possibly as, you know, close to free as I can. All right, moving on. I also picked up Assassin's Creed 3, which was also $5. They didn't have two copies of this, unfortunately, or I would be doing yet again the old flip, but adding Assassin's Creed to the collection for $5 is fine by me. And similarly, Call of Duty Black Ops, this was $14, and kind of going rate is a little higher than that, maybe 20 something. And yeah, just a chance to add it to the collection though. There we go, going on the shelf. Now, let's see, I also got Deus Ex, I really wish they had 2 copies of this because it's actually going fairly high, $30-something maybe. Don't take my word for it on the numbers, you know, look them up yourself or whatever, but it's, you know, I was surprised to see that this was not, you know, marked up where the current pricing is for it, but, so yeah, got it for another $5, and that was a great price to add that to the collection. And finally, there, I got 1, 2, 3 copies of Nintendo Land. Why? Well, first of all, because they're $1 a piece. You know, I can't take a chance with $1, you know, then I'm not out there getting it done. But the real deal is, at some point I'm going to run into a WiiU that I can flip from a garage sale. I've already, you know, bought a couple of them over time, and you know, this is a great bundler, so put it right with it. Also, I got this one because it's the Nintendo Select version, which I did not already have, so this will go up on the shelf. And these, I could try to sell these for, you know, $7 to $10 a piece and make a smidgen of profit, since they were $1 to start with, and maybe I will, because, you know, any money back is money I didn't have before. But for now, I'm gonna hang on to them, and or at least one of them, and see if I can maybe sell the other one, but have them ready to be bundled with systems, or if I have like, say if I wanted to sell a nice handful of Wii U games without a system, I can throw in a Nintendo Land for $1 for extra value that didn't cost me, well, any more than $1. Alright, so, and while I was getting that all totaled up at the front, and they were putting the discs into the cases and all that, because, you know, they keep them in the drawers behind the counter. While the guy was doing that, I went over and looked at the Disney Infinity figures and what's the other thing, Skylanders figures, although I know nothing about those, and I know very little about Infinity, but I'm learning a few of them that have some value. And anyway, all of them in the bin were $4 a piece, and I was able to find Spider-Man. I've sold this very one before, and the kind of going rate on a Spider-Man Disney Infinity figure is like $20. So spent $4 to get 20 back, give or take, and, you know, again, that's defrays the cost of the whole thing and makes those games as cheap as I can make them. So, and that's how you do it. You know that. All right, the last little bit of fun that I had, I went and checked, you know, every pawn shop in the world in this town, and finally found one that had stuff I was actually interested in. A bunch of places had games, just nothing that I was really looking for. But I found a place that actually had a whole bunch of GameCube games, mostly some sports games and some low-end stuff that I even already have. And anyway, nothing super spectacular. I wish I got there like 5 minutes before they closed, so if I hadn't been feeling rushed, I might have looked them over and picked up another couple to add to the collection right there. But you know, they had a couple for $5, and I could have done that. But whatever. I got. This is the one that caught my eye. It is Metal Arms Glitch in the System, and they didn't have it for super bargain price. They had it for $25, and that's what I paid. But it's complete, and the disc is in decent shape for how old it is. And I've never seen this one out in the wild anywhere, so I'm glad to add it to the collection. It's, you know, only about $10 cheaper than I could get it online or something, but still, that's a decent price to add to the collection. But this is the thing that made me the happiest in that store, was they had disc only for $10. Attack on Titan 2 for the PlayStation 4. This disc only is going for like $60 or $70, so I don't have any real desire to have a disc-only copy of Attack on Titan 2. So off it will go to the eBay factory to be turned into money for me. So that'll again knock down considerably the price of all the shenanigans that I was up to on my last couple of shopping trips. So that's it, right? That's it. And I actually did not do any yard sailing yesterday. There wasn't much going on from what I could see in the listings, and I'd already spent, you know, enough money on in the last few days, and wanted to concentrate more on, you know, trying to sell some things back out. So, you know, test games, take pictures of stuff, get them ready for listing. So no yard sale stuff, just a bunch of pawn shop and used game store purchases, but they're all gonna go to building my collection and for as cheap as possible, and we're going to keep doing it. So yeah, thanks for coming along for the ride, and like, subscribe, hit all the buttons that are down there, and I can't thank you enough for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.